Just because you're a federal prosecutor doesn't mean you're a good person. It many times a lot of federal prosecutors have been shown to be committing a lot of crimes. Here we have a formal federal prosecutor involved in a road rage incident where he stabs a person multiple times and tries to claim stand your ground. Um, what he doesn't, I guess, what he wants to ignore is the fact that he was the one to stop his car in front of the other person, get out and stab him, as it will show in this video once I play it, of the federal prosecutor stabbing a person who is in his car. Stand your ground law states that you can use necessary force if you're unable to flee. This guy had the ability to run away from the incident and decided not to.
Thanks, Stacey. Former federal prosecutors will now have to go to trial. He faces charges over a stabbing incident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today, a Pinellas County judge rejected a stand-your-ground defense of Patrick Scruggs. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson reports that the former prosecutor is now facing serious felony charges.
Former prosecutor Patrick Scruggs claims he was justified in his actions and had no obligation to retreat the day he repeatedly stabbed a man on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today,
No, even with states like Florida who will, protect people that aren't actually under the obligation of stand your ground or protected by stand your ground laws, you have the obligation to retreat if you can. Uh, the law only protects people if you're unable to retreat whatsoever. You know, let's say you're backed up in a corner against a wall and there's no way out. Yeah, then you got the right to stand your ground. But if you have the ability to run away and get to safety, then stand your ground does not apply.
a Pinellas County judge rejected those claims and ordered him to trial. There are multiple videos from September 26, 2023, showing Patrick Scruggs repeatedly stabbing a man after a minor traffic accident on the Howard Franklin Bridge.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit.
Repeatedly stabbing.
Yeah, so here's his car where he's blocking the other driver from being able to move forward, and he is stabbing the dude. He has the ability to flee whatsoever if he wanted to. He could go away, but he does not. This is nothing but a road rage incident where he is trying to use his influence as a former prosecutor to get away with this.
A man after a minor traffic accident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Several witnesses say Scruggs looked enraged when he used a knife to break out a driver's window and then stab him.
Saw the knife in his hand and I said, oh my gosh, he's got a knife in his hand. He's stabbing that person. That's what's happening. And it just made me just absolutely sick.
On the stand, Scruggs testified he saw a passed out driver who he thought was attempting to leave the scene. So he says he did what he had to do to stop him.
Wait, he's claiming he saw this driver passed out attempting to flee the scene? How can you flee the scene while you're passed out? I mean, this dude is literally insane, trying to use that as defense, saying that an unconscious person is trying to flee, so he had to stab them? That does not make any sense whatsoever.
I was just trying to get him to either turn off the engine and get out of the car or just get out of the car on his own.
But today...
Okay, so now he's trying to say he wanted to try to get the guy out of his car, so you're going to break their window and stab them? Why? Why would you need to do that anyways? You could just call the police.
Judge Keith Meyer rejected the defense of stand your ground under Florida law. The judge saying in part, based on the circumstances as they appeared to the defendant, a reasonable and prudent person would not have used the same force as the defendant used. As a result of the ruling, the judge set a trial date in September when Patrick Scruggs will face felony charges of aggravated assault and aggravated battery.
Dude, hopefully he goes to jail or prison, and then somebody else can pretend to stand their ground